Hey guys, I'm back. So I wanted to take this video as a longer form video because I posted a video about 2 years ago. Actually, I think my virtual assistant posted this video about 2 years ago and it has 15,000 views on it. So I was like, why don't I just remake it, be a little bit easier, and I can show you my screen on desktop because I did it on my mobile. I did it myself and it was really short, and now I'm going to do it as a full-blown video. So if you go and launch your ads and you're finding, so if you're just launching your ads on your own, if you're launching your ads for your business or whatever, and if you go in and you launch your ads and then you go in like a couple hours later and you notice that there's no amount spent on your ads, it could be a glitch in Ads Manager. Now, this is very common. So I've had this happen before with clients, especially clients who are not established with Facebook. So if you have not run ads with Meta before, you have to season your account. You have to build trust with Meta to basically explain to them, I can be trusted. My credit cards aren't going to bounce. My credit cards aren't going to decline. You want to build that trust. So if you are a business owner, you should be running ads as quickly and as soon as possible, even if it's just simple engagement ads. You can literally launch an ad to like boost a post on your page to gain traction, to gain engagement, but also to season your ad account. And when I say season your ad account, I mean to establish trust with Facebook so that when you do eventually get to the point where you are scaling your business, where you're wanting to grow your business with ads, you don't have to start from square one and you don't have limits on your budget, because when you first get your ad account and when you first go to launch an ad for your business, they're only going to allow you to spend a certain amount a day. I think they cap it at like $50 a day until you basically can prove that you can be trusted to spend more. Facebook basically wants to establish that your card's not going to get declined, your payments aren't going to fail, you have more than one payment in there, right? So in your business settings, you should make sure to put one or two cards or link your PayPal to make sure that if one card does decline because one expires or whatever, that the other payment does go through. Those things can get your ad account disabled. Those things can get your ad account restricted. So make sure that you have two payment methods in your business manager. Now, that's not the point of this video, but I do want to share that with you guys because we have had that issue with clients before. And these are kind of like the nuanced things that ads managers and ads agencies don't really talk about, because it's stuff that kind of comes up, and then once it comes up, you fix it, and then you move on with your day. But if you're running ads on your own, or if you have an ads manager in-house, these are things that they should know. These are things that you can share with them and just kind of double check with them. Just a quick intro, if you don't know who I am, I'm Carolyn Hefner. I've been running ads for 12 years, so I know Ads Manager very well. This is my dummy account. I'm just gonna quick show you guys on this account a couple like nuanced things that if you're not in the ads world, you might not know. I've been running ads for med spas and aesthetic practices for the last 5 years, and we have developed a proven strategy that gets clients booked out 2 weeks to 2 months in advance. And it basically is completely built on trust. So, and I talk about that in another video, and I can link that down below. But today I wanted to talk about a couple mistakes that I see often with beginner advertisers. So like I said, if you're running ads in-house, if you hire an ads manager, these are things your ads manager should know. If you hire an agency, these are definitely things your agency should know, but there are issues with agencies, and I feel some type of way about that. Big agencies like Growth99, ImmenseMarketing.com, but that's a video for another time. So quickly, let's just go into this. So this is obviously what your ads manager looks like. I highly recommend you launch ads on your desktop. Do not be launching ads on your phone. And when I say launch ads, I'm not talking about boosting posts. I'm talking about going into adsmanager.facebook.com and literally creating a campaign. So you go in here, let me just move this quick. So you go in here and you'd hit create. And then you pick your objective. Your objective is super important. Your objective is telling people on Facebook, your objective is telling Facebook the action that you want people to take, but it's also telling Facebook the type of person that you are looking for. So for example, I tend to be somebody on Facebook who is a lurker, okay? I will click on ads and go to a website outside of Facebook, but I don't engage. I'm a millennial, so I think this is probably one of my millennial stereotypes. I don't really engage that much on Instagram. Sometimes a little bit I do. I guess I'll comment on things here and there, but when it comes to ads, I rarely comment on ads. I will share stuff. So I am a sharer in that way. So I guess that could be considered engagement. But I don't comment, I do tend to like things. So I guess I am a kind of an engager because I share things like in the DMs. So that's my like buyer persona. So for me, I do tend to click, let's just say, for example, I see an ad and I click and I go to an external website. If I'm looking for people like me that are going to click on an ad and go to an external website, and I'm looking to build awareness around a product, a service, traffic is a really low cost way to get those people who are likely to leave Facebook and go to an external link. That's a really good way to capture that subset of people and work them down a funnel, okay? Awareness, same thing. This is for people who just like watch videos, okay? Maybe they don't comment, they don't engage, but they just watch videos. That's awareness. I don't love awareness. My favorite objectives are engagement, leads, and traffic. And obviously sales, but for MedSpas, we're not really looking for sales. You're really looking more for leads because you're trying to get people to fill out a form. You're trying to get people to go to a website, fill out a contact form, a third-party form, or you're getting people to DM you a keyword. So let's say, for example, this is going to be this is like the nuanced things. I'm going to call this video the nuanced things that you need to know about running paid ads, because these are really things that no one is going to tell you. But having run ads for the last 12 years, I'm going to share these things with you. So let's just say, for example, that we're going to run an engagement ad. So we want people to message us. And we click engagement and we create our ad, and then we come back later and we find that our ad hasn't been running and it's not spending any money, but it says active. It has like the green active button on it, but it's not spending any money. This is a very common glitch inside Facebook's ads manager, okay? I don't know why it happens, but it tends to happen with new accounts and it tends to happen with new campaigns. But I can honestly say with my clients who are all very seasoned, this does not happen. So it tends to happen more with new accounts. But basically, you go to create an ad. The ad says active. So it's active in this little delivery, but there is no ad spend. Now, you could have one of two problems. Number one, you're looking at the wrong time frame. And this is like the most common question I get. So number one, you're looking at the wrong time frame. So you need to put maximum to show the whole breadth of results, or you can put the last 7 days. You can put a certain, like a custom, you can pick a custom date range, but I like to see everything on maximum so I can see like the spend on each campaign, the spend on each ad set, and all of that, okay? So number one, make sure that your time frame is set correctly, okay? And that's just up here. The second thing is if you're like, okay, I'm looking at maximum, there's no ad spend, this ad has been running for a day or so or a couple hours, it's just an engagement ad or it's just a traffic ad, it should be showing, and you've also noticed it's not showing on your feed, you probably have a glitch, okay? So like I said, with new accounts, this happens. How to fix this glitch is to literally duplicate the campaign. So under the campaign level, it's going to have, let me just see if I can pull up a different campaign. Hold on. And I can show you guys what this looks like with an active campaign. Hold on. I just don't want to share like my client's info. I'm going to use another dummy account for this. Okay, so let's just say for the sake of this, so under here, it should say results, or it should say active or delivery. It doesn't say it on this, but that's fine. So essentially, let's say like it has this across the board, and it's like, okay, there's 0 here, and you have it on maximum. Let's just update it here. So what you're going to do is hit duplicate. And what you're essentially going to do is hit number of copies, hit duplicate. And you're going to go in. Don't use this. I'll talk about this in a different video, but it's basically Facebook's AI. And you're going to go in here and just duplicate the ad. So you're going to go in, make sure all your ads look good, make sure all your AI is turned off, because as I always say, like, just because AI is there doesn't mean you should use it, or maybe you want to use it. And then you're going to hit duplicate and you'll be good to go. So that's that. Oh, and then another thing I wanted to show you guys is the columns, custom columns. So you can literally see whatever results you want to see inside your ads manager. So if you go to customize columns, you can create columns so you can track the results. So the columns that I always want to see, so the most important metrics that I want to see are cost per click, obviously reach and results, amount spent, the number of clicks, so all clicks, the CTR all, the frequency, and the impressions. These metrics are, basically it tells you if your ad is relevant. I don't pay so much attention to them, but it can be important. I like to see the cost per result. I love to see the CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, and maybe I'll do a separate video of like, what do each of these metrics mean? Because that would actually be really helpful. You can see Facebook likes, post engagement, messages, cost per message, if people called. So that's something that we track with our med spas is like if people called, and then like how long was the call? Was there a callback request? And then of course clicks. This one I pay attention to very heavily is the link click-through rate. That tells you how relevant your ad is to the audience. Cost per link clicks. So these are all things that you can check. And then once you hit save, so let's say I do this, outbound clicks, there should be a way to save. Usually down here it'll say like save, or it'll say like name the preset, but I think that's changed actually. So it says it up here, you can name it and then you hit save and it'll save your custom column so you can track the metrics that you want to track every single time that you get into your ads manager. Okay. I think that's everything I wanted to cover today, but I do think that it would be helpful to have a breakdown of what each of these metrics mean and what the most important metrics are. So that way, if you're running ads on your own, or if there's something that you want to know, like what does this metric mean? I can kind of go through and explain that. So if that's something you're interested in, leave me a comment below and let me know, and I'll record it and then I'll send you the recording. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Just a quick little tour of Ads Manager because I know it can feel overwhelming. But like I said, if you're a business owner, if you're just getting started, run some engagement ads, run some simple engagement ads just to get your account seasoned and get your ad spend moving in the right direction. So that way when it is time to scale, that way when it is time to spend a lot of money, you have a seasoned account ready to go.